Hey, mommy.
Okay, today let's talk about how do you navigate your personal identity after becoming a mom. I mean, because a lot of times when we become a mom, we kind of lose ourselves in becoming a mom, and we forget about we still a person. We still have our identity. We still have, aspiration, goals, and things of that sort. So we can't forget about those. So how do you navigate being a mom? This your first time being a mom, and also your personal identity, not forgetting who you are.
Oh, that is very interesting.
I knew she was gonna say that. Go ahead.
That I was gonna say challenging.
No, I knew you was gonna say. I forget you say interesting. I would say interesting, but I knew you was gonna say that. Whenever you say very, I know you're gonna say, that's very interesting. But go ahead.
Because it is interesting. Y'all be saying interesting. Interesting. Like, where the heck you get the stir from? Interesting.
Which one is it?
Interesting.
Oh, hold up. I say what? Interesting. You say interesting.
Because that's how it's spelled.
But it's interesting. Hey, Siri. Is it interesting or interesting?
The correct spelling is interesting, which refers to something that captures attention or is engaging.
No, I don't care what Siri say. It is very interesting. And I say that because I'm still trying to figure that out. It's like, good job. It's like, especially when he was first born, it was really, really hard to kind of like separate myself from him because we are two different people. But it's like, I guess you grow with somebody for 9 months. Literally, you're growing with them. And then to have them outside of your body, and now you're two different people and you're not one anymore. I think we're always going to be one, but like one as in him being connected to me still umbilical cord wise. Right. So that was different because I didn't want to do anything. Like all I wanted to do is, and I guess that's normal for a new mom. For a long time, I feel like I struggled with my identity after becoming a mom. And I feel like in some areas in my life, I still have that issue. I wouldn't call it an issue. I still have that. I guess an issue. Or I have a challenging time still identifying the two. So, like, for instance, I wouldn't go do all the things that I would normally do. Like, some people are able to just jump back into it. And their first time moms, everybody is different. So, for me, it was like, I wasn't outside, but I would be, I didn't have a problem going outside. And so now it's like, at first, I wouldn't go anywhere. If nobody wasn't coming with me, I wasn't going because, I was just... like, yeah, it just wasn't for me. I would have, like, really, really bad panic attacks or, yeah, anxiety going out along with him. And even down to, like, getting my nails done, getting my toes done, going to go get my hair done. I felt like if I needed to get that stuff done, he would need to be with me. And it's just certain things that I know I'm still struggling with when it comes to that, but like, for instance, it was really hard, like, letting my mom, like, keep him when she first started, because it was just like, what do I do? How do I, like, he's not here, so what do I do? It's like, you don't have to have a baby attached to you all the time
so
in order for you to be productive and stuff.
So you think your new personality trait is king? You don't have your own
I do, because I feel like I do right now. Like I'm slowly coming up out of that, but I feel like right now, everything is king. Like that's my sole purpose right now. Like It's not like, oh yeah, no, I want to take a whole week off from being a mom. Not that you can, because at the end of the day, you're still a mom.
Right.
But it's like, I can't do that. I know people that can, and like, I guess people felt a way about that after I had him, because they would make comments like, oh yeah, that's just you're gonna get over that really soon, or you're not gonna that's not gonna last long. Right now you're all about him and you can't identify who you are, but that won't last long because he'll get old soon. And it's just like, yeah, no. I don't see that happening. I don't think it's a bad thing, but
girl, he too close to your toes.
With his tongue out. Oh, Lord. But yeah, it's just like a lot of stuff. I didn't know who I was. Like, I felt like I became a new person. And it was like, hey, that's not for babies, okay? It's like I became a new person and I didn't know who I was looking at in the mirror. And at times that was really sad. And it was like scary. Because it's like literally you have to get to know this entire new person that you are. But I didn't view it as, oh, I'm this new person.
Right.
Like, it was like a stranger just coming up to you and being in your face all the time and wanting, and all in your personal space. So I was literally like suffocating because like the new person, the new stranger is me.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, okay. So it was like really, really, really different. So I'm still having a time with trying to identify the two and how to separate the two.
Yeah, I mean, because I think it's important to get back to yourself. I think it's important to identify the difference between the two, because it is important to be that mom first off, because now you're a mom first. You're a mom first in a sense, but you're still a woman first. You're still a human first. You know, you can't give to him 100% if you're not giving to yourself 100%, because the saying is, everybody know the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So with that, you have to make sure that you give back to yourself and you start, doing those
getting
things.
back into the habit of doing it slowly, but surely you'll eventually.
And
I get that.
It doesn't make you any less than a mom to do
I think
those
it's the
things.
mom guilt, though. It's the mom guilt, and then it's like you don't want to feel the mom guilt, so you don't do those things so that you don't feel the mom guilt.
I get
so like
that.
even when I leave him with you now, it still be like, hey, how's King? Or and I'd be like, because it's like I feel really, really bad. Like even having to get up to go to work in the morning, I still feel really, really bad. And I still tell Ken, if I'm getting up in the morning, I'm like, I really don't want to go to work. And it's not just, I don't want to go to work just because it's work. I mean, because once you get there, it's like, oh, you're here, whatever. But no, it's like, I don't want to go to work. What can I do so I don't have to go to work, so I can be home and be with him all day?
Yeah.
And it's like you need some type of space from each other because you are two different people.
Right.
But yeah, that's still really, really hard for me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and some things, it only comes with practice and just doing it. Which, with you having to bring him every day, that's just doing it because you don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. You have to do it. You have to work to provide for the baby. Mm-hmm. But you have to make sure. I think it's important. I think it's important to not solely lose yourself, and if you have lost yourself, to get back to yourself. Start back doing some of those small things. Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. Go get your toes done. Remember what drove you. What was your passions? Go back to singing and doing those things that made you you. Mm-hmm. And now, like, even with us doing the TikToks or the YouTube or the whatever we're doing, content, you can incorporate him in those things, right? You can be incorporated, right? Don't go messing with it. Yeah.
But I want to take that from him.
Let's
But
not
he
give it to
chill.
me.
Right now he chilling, so I ain't go.
15-year-old with a passing. Crazy. But yeah, so you have to make sure that you don't, totally lose yourself because you don't want to be. My name is Letitia Bryant, and I have 7 kids. You don't want to be that. My kids told me that was my identity. They was like, that's who you are. And I'm like, hold on, I don't like that. My name is Letitia, and I have 7 kids. That's
And my
like,
husband is named Joshua.
Like, hold on. And that put me in a state of depression for a minute. Like,
Really?
It did. Because I'm like, it's more to me than that. That's why I went to school. I started, getting into my arts and crafts. I started doing things because I'm like, this is not it for me. Because when them kids grow up, they go live their life.
They are.
And you don't want to find out who you are. I mean, it's okay.
Right, if you have to learn later on in life.
You want to do that before time. Oh, that was a whole bunch of slop.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
I get that.
So you have to get back to those things. I think it's important.
And I think not.
I think it's important to do both.
Don't hit yourself.
But you have to navigate that. That's the topic. Navigating. So you have to, navigation comes with movement. So you have to do certain things to get back to your personal identity. What made Deja Deja? So what are some things you think you can do starting small to get back comfortable with doing that?
I told you this is challenging now.
I know, but just because we can sit and say something is
know.
challenging
I don't
and
know.
never move.
And I think that's another
First
thing.
off, do you want to? Do you want?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I do. My thing is, another thing is, I don't want to miss those small moments with him because I don't get those back. And I feel like I was doing a lot of resting when I had him. Now to think about it, and I was thinking about this the other day. I've rested so much now that his pictures and videos are coming back 1 year from today. And I'm looking back at him and I'm like, I wish I would have stayed up and just watched him, and like I already didn't do that enough. Like it's not like I already didn't do it enough, but it's like I miss those moments.
Right.
I miss those little moments with him where he didn't be careful, honey. Where I could just pick him up and he didn't have a choice of if he wanted to come to me or not.
Right.
He just came because it was no other choice. And to hear his baby coos and Malcolm, honey, get off of that.
Malcolm is on one today. Not as bad as last week.
Right.
Schnups, you.
I could start by little, like I said, I want to go. And I have done little things. I just haven't been as consistent with them. Because also, it is also challenging to get back to yourself when you literally watch him all week for me. And I'm like, I don't want to have to ask you to watch him for me. And you've already watched him for me all week while I was at work.
Right.
So you doing what, 10 hours? About 10 hours maybe?
I told you he's my child.
Girl. What the matter?
You the weekend mom.
What the matter?
But no,
something don't go. Her light don't go all the way up. The elevator don't go all the way up with her. Okay.
But like I told you, twice a month on a Saturday, one night he stayed a night, another time he just come for a few hours, so you can do your thing and still, you know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Because
so I just still be feeling guilty because it's like you've had to watch him all week already. Yeah. And it's like,
and he a lot, but that my grandbaby. Now give me a kiss.
Hi, Mr. Barry. So I can see that I know I do need to get back into getting into me and the things that I like. So that I can, so it's not as challenging to identify those things. But as of right now, it's still a lot of stuff that I do not do that I was doing before I was pregnant that I actually enjoyed doing because I still have a challenging time identifying the two.
Yeah.
So it is, to say the least, it is still very challenging. And thank you, they see it. But I am working towards it as the days progress.
Well, that's what she said. So I mean, I guess that's it. You working towards it, and that's all you can ask. That
Right.
you really identify and see that you're more than just a mom. You're a woman, and we don't want to get. A lot of times, women, we get lost in all the titles because it is a huge. We do have a huge responsibility, but we don't want to become lost in that. We can be more than one thing. We can be more than just a mom. You are more than just a mom.
Right.
So,
I
yeah.
agree.
But if anybody got any suggestions on how to help her,
Or don't do
navigate. That hurt your rump.
Come, please.
Go to mommy. So what are some things that you guys might have done to navigate becoming a new mom and your personal identity? Because I think it's important that we make sure that we do navigate those things because, like I keep saying, you're more than... My name is Letitia and I have 7 kids. That is crazy word. I'm more than just a mom. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm more